Well, the draft is way behind us, but one thing that the NFL sent out over this past week was something I feel like is really informative and impressive, and something that I've been talking about now for 20 something years. The talent in the state of Georgia in terms of football is almost second to none. Now, in terms of overall players, there are states that are larger: Texas, California, Florida. But with that said, Georgia had more players drafted than any state besides Texas, a state that's almost double the size. It had seven more players drafted than the state of California, which has 55 million people in it almost. Florida, which has double the size of Georgia, had also had seven fewer. The state does a tremendous job of developing talent at the high school level. The high school coaches in Georgia, it's hard to argue that you get better coaching anywhere else in the country. And all that said, now Georgia is matching the results on the field with what is the underpinning of their program, which is recruiting in the state. Make sure you're picking up DAWGSTRUCTION. I am quickly getting low on these. I'm probably going to have to order them within the next week. That means you will take a little bit longer it will take me a little bit longer getting them to you. If you want it for Father's Day, graduation, you want me to sign it, just email me, dean@dogpost.com, and I'll sign it. And listen, email me quick. I get them out often the same day. So email me as fast as you can. And that's why I'm getting lows, because people keep ordering. I am very grateful to everyone who's ordered. But I know how many people watch these videos, and I know that everybody in a month, and I know that definitely everybody has not gotten a book. You're missing out. I grew up in DeKalb County, Georgia, which is metropolitan Atlanta. I grew up in Tucker, Georgia, which is very well known for football. Patrick Pass, Thomas Brown, Asher Allen, yada, 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 Jonathan Ledbetter, whatever. They all played at Georgia. Okay. There are other guys that played elsewhere. Football was an important part of growing up in DeKalb County. DeKalb is a melting pot of people that moved to Atlanta from the state, people that moved there from around the country, uh, and it was what Gwinnett County is today. And where I'm going with all of this is that culturally, in the neighborhoods in suburbia, it's really important to win. And what happens is young people in football specifically are developed at the, I wouldn't say neighborhood level, but at the middle school level and beyond. We had Tucker Football League, and it was weight restricted. Yours truly played in it, didn't play very well in it, but um, that's where Thomas Brown came from. That's where Patrick Pass came from. That's where Asher Allen came from. I don't know if Ledbetter played there or not, but he probably did. You had, oh God, I don't know if Jeff Saturday played there or not, but if Jeff didn't play at Tucker, he probably played for Central DeKalb. So what happens is it becomes such an important your youth, part of your youth, not all of it, that you know it just breeds really good players. We in Tucker had exceptional skill players because we were weight restricted. Like somebody like me that was what we called husky when we were growing up. Some people would just call me fat now, but husky. And I was called fat. But you had to be a particular weight or you weren't playing. And it was 135 when you were. I was 12 years old, so they gave me a few more pounds, but 135. The 135 Lions, 135 Metro. You had 105, which was you had it all up into 85 pound, 105, 135. I mean, you couldn't really. I mean, that's why Tucker didn't produce a lot of big guys. But over time, the point is that in metropolitan Atlanta and throughout the state, there are more players. I mean, Georgia is hemorrhaging high school talent. And these are the players that were drafted in the NFL draft from Georgia. Now, first of all, speaking of DeKalb County, the number one school in the NFL draft was DeKalb County Cedar Grove. Okay, 29 players. Andrew Booth, Gwinnett County. Britton Brown, Cherokee. Jake Camarda, Gwinnett County. Tariq Carpenter, Long County by the coast. Kingsley Ngabre, Hapeville, South Atlanta. Well, we don't know where he lives, but he went to Hapeville Charter. Joshua Nzudu, Archer, excuse me for the pronunciations. John Fitzpatrick, Marist. Kyle Hamilton, Marist. Kevin Harris, Bradwell Institute over in Hinesville. That's by the coast. Connor Hayward, Cameron's brother, Ironhead's son. Peachtree Ridge, Gwinnett County. Christian Holmes, McNair. Says Atlanta, but that's DeKalb County. D'Angelo Malone, Cedar Grove, DeKalb County. Christian Matthew, Chattahoochee, North Fulton. Chigozum Okaowe at Tennessee. I'm sorry. Hillgrove, Cobb County. Dylan Parham, Carrollton, West Georgia. Damian Pierce from South Georgia and Bainbridge. Mark Robinson, Lee County, near Albany, or Albany as they call it. Jamari Salyer, Pace Academy, Atlanta. Justin Schaefer, DeKalb County, Cedar Grove. Lekita Smith from Fitzgerald, Middle Georgia. Balin Spector, Calhoun. Quay Walker, Crisp, South Georgia. Trayvon Walker, somebody named Trayvon Walker, number one overall pick. Upson Lee, I don't think that's Middle Georgia, kind of Westish Georgia. I don't know what Thomaston is. Y'all tell me down below. Montreal, Washington, Cherokee. That's in. I about had to hold it today because somebody from Canton told me they were from Atlanta, and I'm gonna tell you, when I was growing up, Canton ain't Atlanta. Now it probably is. Jalen Watson, Lucy Laney in Augusta. Demarion Williams, Community Christian in Stockbridge, that's South Atlanta. Malik Willis from Roswell, North Fulton. Jelani Woods, Cedar Grove, DeKalb County. Devontae Wyatt, Towers, DeKalb County. I had a lot of friends that lived in the Towers area. Leroy Lamar knows who I'm talking about. Brian Lamar knows who I'm talking about. Lonnie Smith from back in the day. Larry Brown lived in the Towers district. I'm sure I'm breaking code there for that, but a lot of DeKalb County people. That's just DeKalb, right? I mean, I'm talking about it nonstop. There are kids everywhere in Georgia. The last two NFL drafts, the number one player has been from Georgia. Trayvon, Trevor Lawrence. It's hemorrhaging with skill. Winning a national championship at Georgia should be something that happens. It's not a mystery. It should happen. That Kirby has accomplished that doesn't mean exclusively he's the only person that can do it. Mike White, if you're listening, same goes for you, man. There might be more basketball talent per capita in Georgia than football. And that's really saying something. I've lived basketball in Georgia with the Celtics. I know, all right? It's there. So, diatribe almost over. Per capita, the talent in this state, it's hard to match. And that goes for football, basketball, tennis, for sure. That was a knife fight growing up. Soccer, probably. Volleyball, maybe not, right? But there's so much stuff. The economic engine for this state is its people. The people are what grows Georgia. It is its citizenry, and they are loaded up with football players, etc. It's not just that, though. This state is an economic power. It is only now coming into its own, and there is a lot more to come. Now, let me tell you something. There are great things ahead for the University of Georgia if they can harness the ability of the natural resources of the state. And the natural resources of the state are the people.